So you and I enjoy cooking. We enjoy talking about recipes and food and eating. Some of my ladies just don't want to cook. They don't have the energy after work, or they just don't, they've never tried meal planning. They're more grab and goers. Or if you're living at home, or say the kids have moved out and it's just you and the husband, sometimes it's less motivating. If you're cooking for your whole family and they're all going to chow down, but if it's just you or one other person, do you have any tips for my people that aren't comfortable cooking or don't enjoy cooking for things they could either piece together a quick lunch to bring to work or a quick dinner they could put together after work in a few minutes?
Sure. Um, there's a couple different approaches that you can take on that. One idea is to cook an actual meal as though you were cooking for two, three, four people. Package up the leftovers, and whether you put them in the fridge for eating later that week or whether you put them in the freezer to start a rotation of things that you can quickly grab out, that can be really effective and helpful. Otherwise, things that are really quick to get ready, if you keep things like chicken tenders, they're already cut into the small pieces and you can just toss them in the pan. While those start cooking, you can chop up some peppers or zucchini or whatever it is that you have on hand, or if you have just that bag of spinach, you can toss a little bit in there. And I mean, you could have a meal ready in 10 minutes if you have something quick and easy like that. The biggest thing is, what's going to add flavor to that is going to be your fats, some salt. And if you're cooking at home, you should be putting a little bit of salt on it. And then spices, herbs, basil, oregano, thyme, chili powder, smoked paprika, lots of things to experiment with. But, if you don't do a lot of cooking, things like basil and oregano are just really simple go-tos that can add a lot of flavor. I'm also a big fan of the tinned mackerel and tinned sardines. And I know that some people can't do them and they don't like the flavor, but if that's something that you can do, they're just a fantastic go-to. I always have some in my cupboard here at work. If I don't have a meal, leftovers ready to go for my lunch for the next day, I know that I can bank on a tin of mackerel or sardines. And they come in different flavors now too. Like you can get them lightly smoked and in lemon, or you can get them with, some sun-dried tomatoes and what have you. So the flavors are a little bit different. And then, sometimes an apple paired with that is all that you need. I personally like to chop up like a head of lettuce and separate it out into containers. So, and that might last 3 to 5 days. And as long as your lettuce is fairly dry, your chopped lettuce will keep through the week. A little trick that I use is to take a little piece of paper towel in those containers that are going to be in the fridge a little bit longer. And I place the paper towel in the bottom of the container, toss the lettuce in, and then just fold the paper towel over the top. And then when I take my salad out, or when I take that lettuce out, then I add to it. If I have little tomatoes, or I chop aroma or whatever kind of tomato on the spot, cucumber, Kalamata olives, they just take them right out of the jar. It only takes a few minutes. A handful of nuts like walnuts or pecans. Making up things like tuna fish salad ahead of time. You can chop like spinach real fine and mix it in there. What else
She's
am I
back to
thinking
her
of?
spinach again. She loves spinach.
One would think, right? It's just easy, and it's always, they always have those containers. So I'm a big fan of keeping it easy. If you have some tuna, whether you have it mixed up with some avocado or mayonnaise or whatever it may be to make your tuna fish salad, so to speak, you can put celery in there. You can just toss that onto a salad side, and bam, you've got a full meal. And then my favorite dressing, use what you like. My favorite dressing, because I'm too lazy to mix up my own homemade salad dressings, is I literally just put some extra virgin olive oil and some balsamic vinegar. And that's my dressing, and it's fantastic and amazing.